All right, everybody, welcome back to another session of our World War II Marvel Superheroes campaign, In the Mouth of Madness. If you haven't been watching the series, I certainly would encourage you to seek out the Dreamslayer Studios channel on YouTube so you can see firsthand what has gotten us to this point. And if you like what you see here tonight, please check us out on Patreon. There's lots of little perks that you can get by joining up with us there. Our online store is up, and we have t-shirts, hoodies, coffee cups, and all kinds of goodies featuring characters and themes from our games. And you can find the links to our Teespring and TeePublic stores in the links below our YouTube video and podcast episodes. And now, let's recap what went on in the last episode of In the Mouth of Madness. The Reclaimers delved deeper into darkness as their search for the Eden mechanism continued. In the frozen, shadow-haunted mines beneath Vladivostok, they faced a relentless onslaught of Koschei and blind-clawed molemen. Emerging victorious, they set their sights on the next challenge, a confrontation with the old hermit, Mikhail Vasilyev, who guarded the final piece of the Russian tooth wheel. Journeying to the outskirts of the town, they found themselves facing off with the Hounds of Winter, spectral beasts surrounding the hermit's domain. Though their howls pierced the icy air and their fangs threatened death, the Reclaimers proved their mettle once again, fending off the beasts to reach Mikhail's ramshackle abode. Here, tense negotiations began. Mikhail, a man haunted by the horrors unleashed from the mines, as well as his own past, refused to part with the tooth wheel easily. However, with a little persistence and a promise of monetary assistance to reunite him with his family in Moscow, the Reclaimers earned his trust. Finally, the tooth wheel in hand, the Reclaimers took their next step closer to unraveling the mystery of the Eden mechanism. Their journey has now led them to the sun-scorched sands of Iraq, where the next piece of the puzzle, the Baghdad Battery, was said to be housed in the National Museum. But upon arriving, they found their path blocked by a new obstacle. The artifact had been stolen 2 weeks prior. To uncover the truth, Mr. Arcane called upon his mystical talents, casting a powerful scrying spell. His vision revealed a dark and harrowing scene. Abdul al-Hazred, the infamous author of the Necronomicon, conducting a chilling summoning ritual within the confines of an ancient tomb. Al-Hazred was seeking to bring forth a prehistoric god of chaos, a being whose resurrection spell could doom the modern world. And now the Reclaimers must act quickly to discover the location of this accursed tomb and prevent Al-Hazred's ritual from reaching its conclusion. The stakes have never been higher as the specter of an ancient darkness looms on the horizon. So we had left you guys off in the immediate aftermath of Mr. Arcane's vision in the National Museum of Iraq. Will, I think it was your contact, Wilhelm Koenig, that we were talking to. So right now, you guys have just witnessed Mr. Arcane come out of this vision. And unfortunately, Johnny's not going to be with us tonight, had a little emergency at work, so I'll be kind of stepping in for him. So when you see Mr. Arcane come to, he immediately starts to spill what happened in his vision. Ah, this is not good. I believe what I've seen is a vision of what is to come. I pray to all that's holy that it is not something that has already transpired. But somewhere out in that desert, the author of one of the two books that we retrieved, the Necronomicon, is about to conduct a ritual that may bring forth some sort of ancient deity. It's some god of darkness, god of chaos, not your god or your father or whatever it is, Will, that you want to call him, but something even older.
Now, point of order. The Necronomicon was written how long ago?
Let me take a moment and catch my breath. I think I may be able to recall at least some of the history of Alhazred and the Necronomicon. If I remember correctly, Alhazred was born in the 8th century AD in Saudi Arabia. He was a practitioner of a forgotten religion known as Sabian. Long ago, Saba was a part of the ancient nation of Mesopotamia in the Holy Land, located near present-day Yemen. The Sabian people who once lived there are nearly forgotten now. Their faith was a revered religion classified by theologians of today as Zoroastrianism. And that's a religious order that's centered on dualistic cosmology, similar to that of Christianity and other religions like that. Astrology's earliest traditions can be traced to this part of the world. It's home to one of the oldest zodiacs, located in an archaeological site nearby a place called Dendera, Egypt. Now, modern theologians now consider Sabian a form of witchcraft due to the fact that many of its members not only were followers of astronomy, but also practitioners of necromancy. Abdul al-Hazred was a central figure of this religion and took his role as high priest very seriously. His dealings in necromancy brought him to begin writing the dark tome that we now know as the Necronomicon, under the guidance of ancient beings called the Dark Ones. And this is the very same book that we relieved the Red Skull of on our trip to Kunlun. It's believed that Alhazred perished in an underground city known as Pellucidar, and his soul was trapped in a magical gem known as the Mahar Crystal until it was released recently and possessed a lowly thief. And now he walks the earth again in search of the dark powers that he once controlled. Now, Pellucidar, and Will, you would know this, is located up the Tigris, probably about 20 to 30 miles upriver from where you guys are currently. And it's said that the tomb of Alhazred is located somewhere near Pellucidar.
I will pass that information along about where it is.
So you can tell that Mr. Arcane is extremely disturbed by this. He, too, is aware of Pellucidar. He's aware that Alhazred's tomb may be in that area, but exactly where, he has no idea. Um, Wilhelm kind of chimes in. He's overheard all of this. He's a little taken aback by the whole seance-y thing that Mr. Arcane kind of went into.
With the
but
green
with the
fire and
green
lights and
fiery
stuff.
eyes, yeah.
I tell him, I know what it looks like, but trust me, by the third or fourth time you've encountered this kind of shit, you just get used to it and roll with it.
He says, well, I have heard thee speak of Al-Hazred. And yes, it has been proven that his tomb was located in Pellucidar, outside, but exactly where I myself do not know. Now, as you know, the Baghdad battery that we had here was stolen roughly about 2 weeks ago. The local authorities are not of much help because they are in league with the Thieves Guild here within the city. Some of my security guards here have done a little bit of nosing about, and they have come up with a name of a man that is known to belly up to the Thieves Guild. He meets with his fellow thieves not too far from the hotel, I believe, that you like to stay at, Will. There is a well to the side of that hotel in the alley. And this seems to be where this Thieves Guild tends to gather. You and your companions here, especially the one with the green glowing eyes, seem to be capable. Perhaps where my security guards have failed to gather much information, you may succeed.
I mean, we will try to live up to the reputation of being more competent than rent-a-cops, but I'm not sure that that's something we'll manage, Wilhelm.
I do not know this term rent-a-cop, but it does not sound like something that you would want to say in front of them.
Fair.
Probably not.
What is your intentions to do with this artifact?
Put it away.
Keep it out of the hands of Hitler.
I was going to go with that's classified, but we could go with that.
Well, number one, I find it strange that the Thieves Guild would come and take only the Baghdad battery. What on earth would Hitler want with this?
He's into everything old and mystical.
Mystical?
Apparently, he thinks he'll gain power somehow. I don't know. The details are way above my pay grade. All I know is he wants it, therefore he can't get it.
You believe this artifact to be mystical in nature?
It's something. Maybe it's like advanced from things from spaceships or Martians or something. I don't know. All I know is he wants it and he can't have it. It's a very simple rule.
There are a lot of things that we look at in the archaeological and the historical record that both you and I know, Wilhelm, that are difficult to explain given the technologies that were available to people at the time. And the Baghdad battery is something that lends itself to some amount of speculation. You would agree, academically speaking, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you are a tiny little paranoid lunatic and you have a self-aggrandizing concept that you're going to take over the world, your tiny little pea-brained imagination can turn even the smallest amount of speculation about something into a grandiose super weapon that is capable of blowing holes in New York City. So just because something isn't actually mystical doesn't mean that Mustache Boy doesn't think that it's mystical.
Well, I must say, up until recently, since the war has broken out, I had my doubts that things such as magic, mysticism existed, but in the advent of these super soldiers that have appeared on the battlefield, I suppose nothing would be out of the question. I will say for certain we have conducted numerous experiments on the Baghdad battery ourselves, attempting to fill the jar with different chemicals in an attempt to try to see what it was used for, to power it up, so to speak. And we have had no success with any of the chemicals, with any of the technologies that we have used to attempt to power it.
It could be not necessarily a failing on your part, but the fact that if it's going to be effective, it may be required to be a part of a puzzle. It's one piece of a greater whole.
Well, it is interesting you say it is a puzzle. There are runes, for lack of a better word, hieroglyphs, that are faintly embedded into the battery. And we have had many scholars, myself included, take a look at this series of hieroglyphs on the battery, and none of us have been able to determine their origins.
Do you have rubbings of those hieroglyphs?
Yeah, I do. Those were not taken. I believe I have them here somewhere. He starts rummaging through the desk nearby, and he pulls out a series of like 3 different pieces of parchment where they've done some rubbings. Will, you take one look at that, and you recognize the similarity between what is there and what was on the drop stones, and some of the other items that you've already gathered.
Yeah, that this is definitely associated with some other items, Wilhelm. We have been informed, and I don't have any confirmation of this, but also the person who said it probably is something of an expert, that the runes are Atlantean in origin.
Atlantean?
Yes.
Ha! Well, the wonders never cease.
No,
I have a
apparently they
magician here, and now I find that the ancient myth of Atlantis is a thing.
And their king doesn't wear very many clothes and has tiny little wings on his feet. It's very peculiar.
Ankles.
You have met the king of Atlantis.
Apparently, yes.
The wings, they're on his ankles.
Well, I understand that this is something that you and your countries are seeking to keep out of the hands of the Reich. We do have a small issue of the fact that this artifact is technically the property of the National Museum of Iraq. If you would be so kind as to put me into contact with your superiors, I will handle the paperwork here to see what we can do about turning it over once you retrieve it.
Oh yeah, you can send a telegraph to Peggy Carter.
Yes, we'll trade that information, and I will contact her very soon.
Well, we have a bar that we can look at, I think. So I appreciate your help. Is there anything else that we didn't think to ask that you would like to offer, Wilhelm?
Well, I suppose I should say handle it with care. Don't break it.
You know what a careful, cautious guy I am.
That is why I am saying this.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Well, it is good to see you again, my friend.
Stay safe.
And you as well.
Probably not, but you know. Okay. I think we can roll on out and regroup outside.
All right. It's midday at this point. You guys have spent a little bit of time there at the museum. And the sun is blazing down. It's a complete 180 from what it was like while you were in Russia. And you can see the heat rising off of the sands as you exit the museum.
It will be a minor miracle if we all don't end up with pneumonia.
You're several blocks away from the little hotel that you guys had decided to shack up in. And as Wilhelm had said, there's a well off to the side of that building in one of the alleys where apparently some of the members of the Thieves Guild will congregate.
I think that's our only lead at the moment.
Other than that, I don't know if I can pronounce that P word you said earlier. A city.
Yeah. Pull it back up because I don't think I can without looking at it. Pelosidar.
No, okay, so I was very confused because I kept hearing it as, Pelucidar, the, underground kingdom from, Edgar Rice Burroughs, which certainly fits with the universe, so.
And it very well may be, I may be mispronouncing it, so.
So we should go talk to those guys that stole it and find out what they did with it when they took it. Maybe they delivered it to them. Maybe they know where the thing is.
They're not going to easily give us that information, but
I mean,
we
you
might
turn
be able
them
to...
upside down and you shake them until they tell you.
Or you'd be nice to them and you speak
I mean,
their
I
language.
would start with nice, yeah. But, I mean, if nice doesn't work, we just turn,
Then,
There's always my way of getting information. You just cut them till I tell you.
Yeah, that would probably be like step 3, I think.
Yeah, we're supposed to be the good guys here. At least give them a chance to talk.
Now, I mean, I understand that I turn into a monster sometimes, but I'm uncomfortable with the whole chopping people into smaller pieces thing.
Never mention chopping them up.
She has a spear. You just kind of put some holes in them.
Okay. You perforate them a little bit.
Now, aerate.
That's right.
Aerate.
Your blood oxygen seems a bit low. Let me help.
I think that needs
I'm
to
going to
be
give
something
Spartan 10 karma points for that. That made me giggle.
Nice.
I will add that to
Aerate.
the character sheet.
Aerate should be a power stunt for you somehow.
I
don't
think
know,
it
I
comes
think-
free with the spear, honestly.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think a really big spear with the title Aerator underneath of it sounds like a t-shirt to me. Spartan's got to get her own merch.
Right?
Okay. Well, looks like we got a couple of blocks that way. And do you wanna try like approaching like solo first and not not scaring them off, or do we go in like a whole gang?
think we go on like a whole gang, because I don't think smooth talking is going to get us anywhere.
Okay.
But
I'll stand and look threatening.
You're very good at that.
I mean, that's kind of the default, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that she has another look, honestly. But I mean, when it works, it works.
Exactly.
All right.
So what we do is we get to the edge of the alley, and then we all spread out, and then we do like the slow motion reservoir dogs walk down the alley.
All right, I don't know if I can do this in slow motion, but I can at least move you all at the same time. There you go.
Hey,
Down,
nice.
down, out, down,
There we
out,
go.
down, out, down, out, out, down. Bow,
Cue
bow,
random
out,
70s
down,
song.
out, down, 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 down,
Uh,
Hey, and for the record, side note, if we want to talk about that, you guys know that I'm a theater director, right?
mhm.
Yeah.
There was back in 1992, I think it was. My best friend and I went to go see Reservoir Dogs, and after seeing that movie, I looked over at him and I was like, "One day, you and I are gonna do a stage version of Reservoir Dogs. I'm gonna be Mr. White, and you're gonna be Mr. Blonde." And
Nice.
in 2010, I did exactly that.
Nice.
Do you have video of it?
I actually do.
Nice.
I've got to figure out. I've been for 10 years now, more than 10 years at this point. I've been trying to figure out how to transfer it from the little mini DVs that we had to get it onto digital format. But yeah, one of these days, and hopefully soon, I actually found someplace here locally, I think, that can do it. I'm going to try to do it, and I'll get it up quietly on YouTube,
Right.
where maybe you guys can watch it. I can't put it out in the public eye because
No.
I talked to one of the guys at A Band Apart, Tarantino's production company at that time, and was like, "Hey, I've seen other places that have done this. You know, can I buy the rights?" And he said, "No, you can't.
Right.
But as long as you don't make more than $2,500, then you're probably going to be okay." And we made $2,499 on that show.
Perfect. Yeah.
Nice.
It's not Tarantino's not Disney, who wait, you made 48 cents? Gimme.
yeah, right. But he did say, he said, we're aware of some of these other places that have done it. You are the only person that has actually called and asked if you could do it.
That was nice.
So
Good on you.
yeah, and I think that's why he said, as long as you do this, it'll probably be okay. And I said, "What was your name?" He said, "Yeah, I didn't give it to you."
On purpose.
I didn't catch your name. I didn't throw it.
All right, so you guys walk down the alley to a little green bag playing in the background. And as you come around the corner, you see that there is a well, just as Wilhelm had mentioned. And there are about 6 guys gathered around the well. As you guys come into the alley, how are you dressed?
We all have local clothes.
Okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've
clothes.
re-upped my my disguise.
Illusion.
So yeah.
Okay. These guys all kind of take a look at you all and kind of spread out a little bit and begin to brandish scimitars and or knives as you enter the alley. And one guy looks at you and he says, "If you know what is good for you, turn away now."
Shelly will immediately just kind of look at them all, and she puts her hands together,
Mm-hmm.
and she just pulls them apart and does the Jacob's Ladder thing between them.
Nice. They see that, and 5 out of the 6 go whoop and just split. And it leaves one guy standing there with a scimitar drawn. And
have I actually healed at all since the last fight? Since I still have some damage on me.
Yeah, probably up to your endurance rank.
Oh, okay. I
That
can get
will
those
be
3 points back.
Yeah.
40.
Generally, once 10 rounds pass after a fight's over, usually you get your endurance back.
So okay, that will heal me up to full, I believe. And I'm going to tank on now.
I just smile at the man.
And this guy returns the favor, and a huge grin appears on his face. Ha! 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 That is an interesting trick. You are American.
We are. Some of us.
Yeah.
Some of us come from even more.
Oh, sorry, I lost that.
Yeah, New York.
No, Rocket.
Well, it is either very brave or foolish of you to be walking through the alleys here in
Come here.
Baghdad. Which is it, brave or foolish?
A little from column A, a little from column B, honestly.
It's kind of a coin flip.
Yeah.
Really is.
We're not looking for a fight. We're just looking for information. And we were hoping you might be able to help us with that.
But I didn't want anybody to get silly ideas, so I just figured we'd put that out there and dismiss with the nonsense.
Well, Americans. Do you have American cash?
Always.
Then I am Fazim. And I am at your service.
Professor Will Wagner, I think I've done business with some of your colleagues previously.
But you have not done business with me. So what is the information you seek?
You delivered the parties unknown delivered the Baghdad battery to an individual recently. I'm sorry, forget his name.
Wilhelm?
No, not Wilhelm.
Abdul Al-Hazred.
Yeah. To Abdul Al-Harz, that guy. And the timing is a little bit inconvenient for us. So I was wondering if you had any information about that job in particular. The timing, that sort of thing. How it was obtained. How he got your information, that sort of thing.
The Baghdad battery?
Yeah, it was stolen from the museum.
Abdul Al-Hazred?
Mm-hmm.
Why, these are not names that I know.
Do you know Ben Franklin?
Him I have heard of.
Could you whisper what you know to Ben Franklin? And maybe he'll be able to help?
He takes the bill from you and he puts it up to your ear and he says, I do know of the Baghdad battery. And yes, it was some of my men that took it. But they did not deliver it to this. You said Al-Hazred?
Yes.
This name, and I tell Ben Franklin this,
Right.
I do not know.
Could you tell Ben Franklin's brother who it
Out
was
of
delivered to?
Out of character, real quick.
Mhm.
Didn't Mr. Arcane tell us the name of a thief that Abdul has basically inhabited the body of?
Yes.
Or is that... Okay, could you remind us of the name, possibly?
He doesn't know the name of the thief.
Okay.
No.
Oh, he doesn't know. Okay,
No.
all right.
Just
Gotcha.
the rumor has it that he possessed the body of a thief, yes. On that note,
Okay.
I think with you mentioning that, I'm certain Mr. Arcane would probably try to see what he could figure out. And he rolled a yellow. and quietly does like a little peek into this guy's psyche. And he makes eye contact with you and with Will, and he shakes his head and gives you a thumbs up, basically saying that it doesn't seem that this guy is possessed or magical in any way.
Okay.
Like, he's cool.
Thank you.
So who was it delivered to?
Ah.
Ben's brother Ben would really like to know.
And he takes the second bill from you. And he says, there is a band of individuals, not too unlike yourselves, that requisitioned our services
Interesting.
in order to make it look as though it was the Thieves Guild that had interest in this particular item. We did not care for it one way or the other. We only expected to be rewarded for our services.
Yep, you're a businessman. I understand.
These individuals are known as the Desert Storm.
Does that ring a bell at all?
Well, not particularly. I mean, you've heard of the Desert Storm, but exactly in kind of what context. I mean, people kind of talk about this mysterious group that, you know, roams the desert and causes havoc wherever they happen to go. But other than that, probably not much more.
So kind of arid region boogeymen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You seem to show at least some bit of recognition of this name.
I've heard whispers of rumors.
Now, they are more than just the folktales. They have haunted this region for many, many years, from the time I was a small child. The people of Baghdad fear the Desert Storm as well they should. I do not fear them. They have money, and I am happy to take it from them. But my experience with Americans is they have money to burn. If you have more money to burn, I can take you to where the Desert Storm calls their home.
And exactly how much combustible income would this require?
Well, I have a boat that can take us up the Tigris. It is the better part of a day for the journey to where we would be going. And for, let's say, 600 American dollars, I believe that I might be able to show you the way.
Pretty sure I don't have $600 on me since I'm $200 lighter. But we can always pop back to base and have them requisition some funds.
She's gonna start asking questions. But just tell her what you told her last time. You
Book her some
wanna know? What were the options you gave her last time? Do you
I
want
don't
the
remember.
plausible nonsense or the flat out
Right.
truth?
That's right. 600. I think that's probably a wise investment for the war effort. One second, please. I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
I am not going to bother hiding what I'm doing. I'm just going to vanish right in front of him.
Another trick.
I mean, you could call it that if you want.
I like your sword.
Ah,
Yeah, I got one too.
thank you. Ah, Yours is very similar to mine.
Well, this is on loan, actually. This isn't mine, technically. I'm just carrying it for the person who owns it.
May I? And he holds his hand out.
I don't know if that's... You know what? She'll consider for a moment. Do I feel like I'm going to get in trouble?
Make a reason feat.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I got a green.
Yeah.
There's certainly hesitation there. Has anybody else on the team held the sword?
Me.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Yeah, who has?
Yeah, folks have looked at it from the occultist / antiquities.
Mm-hmm. So
And I'm the one who grabbed it from the guy.
there you go.
Oh,
So-
that's right. Yeah, you got it first, actually.
Yeah.
So nothing has happened to anybody else that has held
Okay.
it.
Okay. You can, but just be aware. What's Horus the god of again? Justice?
Uh,
Hang on, checking real quick. War and hunting, protector of the pharaoh. Okay, maybe also the symbol of justice and righteousness. Just be aware, it belongs to Horus, and he's all about justice and righteousness. And she just puts it across her palms.
Bobby comes swooping down and has eyes on him.
yes.
Just lands on her shoulder, stares at him.
He takes the blade from you and expertly goes through kind of like a almost like a martial arts kind of form. He's very graceful. And he says, the weight of this blade is perfection.
It's very special.
This would fetch a high price on the black market.
Oh, I bet it would.
But, and he turns it around and he hands it back to you, handle
She
first.
takes it back. Like I said, it's not even mine.
But it seems as though it is yours.
I've been entrusted with it. It belongs to Horus.
The god, Horus.
Yes, the ancient Egyptian god Horus. He was a little curious about what I was doing with his blade. We had a little chat about it.
I have met many Americans in my day, but none quite like this bunch.
We're a weird one. We're definitely weird.
And Will, I assume you were journeying back to gather some more funds.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get them from the army first.
Oh, okay.
Tell them we need $1,000 to get a boat upriver.
And they're like, and you are?
Professor William Wagner, part of the Reclaimers, of course.
And who are the Reclaimers?
I just had a wave.
What's your security clearance?
Apparently not high enough.
I'm sorry. You
Nice
need to,
counter.
can you find someone you call sir so that I can talk to them instead?
Eventually, they are able to accommodate you.
Good.
And get you some funds.
Good.
And give you $1,000.
That's exactly the number he told us.
Okay.
Hmm.
Little extra spending cash.
We're dealing with the Thieves Guild. It's not bad to have a cushion.
He's gonna get us there, and then he's gonna be like, "But to get off the boat, it's another 2."
That's right.
All right, so you come back,
Mhm.
and I assume brandish the $600 that
Oh.
that had been
Absolutely.
agreed upon. And Fazim says, "Excellent. Benjamin Franklin has many friends.
It's a family reunion.
Right this way."
You wouldn't want them to be alone.
Fazim leads you then through the town and towards the docks that line the Tigris River. And he uncovers a boat, and it's sizable, fits all of you comfortably. And he says, "Now, unfortunately, you have scared away my crew. So, if you don't mind, pick up the oars, and we will begin our journey."
Oh, this will be fun. Never rowed a boat before.
So you guys take your seats there along the boat, pick up the oars, and after a little bit of trial and error, some of you are going the wrong way because you haven't done this before. And
No comments on who. Thank you.
Will's gonna grab the boat with TK and just push it.
Oh, okay, all right. And then all of a sudden, whoa.
I grew up in Allentown. We didn't get a lot of boating.
Just the creepy shadows crest up off the river, surround the boat, and then all of a sudden, psh,
And with the speed of the TK behind it, you're going to probably cut that journey in half. And Fazim says, "Oh, this is the fastest this boat has ever gotten."
it'll hold together, right?
Well, we shall see. She's an old dog, but she's up for some new tricks.
I love that this guy does not get spooked by any of this. He's amazing.
Yeah, no, he's totally right with you guys. So the vessel begins to cut through the waters of the Tigris River like a knife, and the prow slices the river surface with a gentle hiss. The oppressive sun hangs off in the distance, casting a golden light on the sprawling landscape of the desert. To one side, the riverbank is alive with date palms and reeds swaying in the faint breeze, and their shadows rippling on the water's surface. On the other side, there's stretches of barren desert that bleed out into the horizon, and the sand shimmering with heat. Birds are flying overhead, and you hear the distant calls that are kind of fleeting as you travel along the river, and unseen animals rustle in the undergrowth along the banks. You travel this way for a couple of hours, and the sun begins to dip in the horizon, painting the sky in hues of crimson and amber. The mood shifts as the sun is beginning to lower in the sky, and the air feels heavier, as though it's charged with anticipation. A faint, unnatural silence settles over the scene, and the once active riverbanks now seem oddly deserted, the rustling reeds stilled, and the occasional glimpse of movement in the shadows feels a little bit more sinister than before you started this little journey.
I feel like I'm back in Russia all of a sudden.
Ahead, the river narrows, forcing the boat into a winding passage flanked by steep embankments. The vegetation grows a little bit thicker here, overhanging branches forming a canopy that cloaks the water in shadow. Suddenly, without warning, the silence shatters. A deafening cry echoes from the riverbanks, followed by a flurry of movement. Figures in flowing white robes and headscarves emerge from the undergrowth, their garments billowing like ghosts in the fading light. And let me pull up a little map for you here.
Oh.
Oops, come back. There we go. And you see a group of these white cloaked figures. They all kind of, underneath their head scarves, they wear these kind of pointed metallic masks that kind of block their faces. And they begin to kind of rush the edges of the river here. All of them have bows and arrows drawn, which they have pulled back and are now beginning to send a volley of arrows in your direction.
I'm gonna tank on, and hopefully it will not tip over the boat.
I'm gonna put my little aura on because I don't want to get perforated. I'm sorry, aerated.
And
Nice.
Mr. Arcane is going to pull
Gets
up his
poked.
shield as well.
Gets poked and puts a shield up.
I was
That's
gonna say,
right.
Mr. Arcane putting up his shield is out of character. This just doesn't feel right.
Well, he just saw everybody else do it, and he was like, "Oh, right."
And I'll also put my shield on and manifest my guns.
Okay. I suppose if everybody's tanking on, we probably need
Pardon.
to roll some initiative.
Spartan Jock's behind someone else's shield.
Find somebody else's shield.
Oh, one.
You have some body armor. Okay, let me roll.
It
Hold on.
doesn't work against headshots,
I
though.
don't think Shelly would be wearing that steel coat in this weather. I'll be
Okay.
honest.
Mm-hmm.
That seems like a recipe for just awful.
For heat stroke.
I'm assuming you probably at least took it with you, though, right?
Yeah. She probably has it in her bag or something.
Bombshell, what's your bonus?
0.
Okay.
Oh, she's not wielding a whatchamacallit. She's not wielding the blade right now.
Fiend,
+1.
tank, you're a 0.
Yep.
Okay.
I
So
think it's
logistically, how many squares does the boat move with Will pushing it forward with TK?
You are probably moving forward about 15 squares.
Okay, so about as fast as Will moves. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Priest, what's your bonus?
I rolled a 1.
Oh, you rolled a 1. You sure did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
One
got
is
a
a one.
rock.
I got a rock. All right, so Mr. Arcane goes first. And he realizes that these arrows probably have metal tips to them. And he's going to attempt a roll with his magnetism and attempt to block those from coming at you guys. And basically, he takes a step forward, throws his arms out to the side, and you see all of those arrows just split down the middle and go to either side of the boat. They never even make contact with the boat at all. And after him, looks like we go to Will.
Do we really want to fight these
I was
guys?
gonna
Maybe
say,
we can just scare them off.
Honestly, Will's gonna push the boat forward with TK.
Okay.
It's not the most exciting thing, but I think it's probably the thing that makes the most sense.
How deep is the water here?
It's fairly deep. I mean, it's a narrow passageway for sure. But
Well, I would like. I'm not sure. I have a plan. Okay, since
Uh-oh.
we're here now, I'm going to just. If we are doing an initiative order, let me know. But my plan is we're going by this, big rock here. Just kind of dig my hands in and flip the rock. Hopefully that will scare everyone else off.
cool. Okay. All right, make a strength roll.
Hopefully the rest of us don't get flipped out of the boat.
Actually, we'll do that when it comes to your turn, because at this point
Yes.
we'll be going to Bombshell.
Kind of like the other guys. I mean, these are bows and arrows. She's not particularly scared, so she throws the jacket on, and with the blade out, she's just literally just gonna rise up into the air above the boat,
Mm-hmm.
and charge the blade up, and just look around at them, and she'll yell, by all means, continue if you want to get messed up real bad.
They are not very smart.
Okay. That was her whole turn, though, I imagine.
Okay. Spartan.
Oh, I'm thinking. Do I have acrobatics?
It's sort of included in your fairly high levels of agility. Your agility is remarkable, which puts you above an Olympic gymnast, and you have tumbling incredible. So yeah, you can definitely do acrobatic stuff.
I want to leap out of the boat onto dry ground and aerate the bandit.
All right.
We're aerating the bandit. Oh no. We've started a trend.
Try not to kill him. We lose karma.
I don't want to kill him. I just want to hurt him.
Just want to lightly aerate.
We don't have a group karma pool. She loses karma.
Well, she's got a really nice bunch of it, so we don't want to lose that.
Yeah, don't lose that.
Let's so that'd be straight fighting, or should roll an acrobatics check, or how do you want to do this?
No, really, I think it's close enough where you don't have to worry about that. And I just do the fighting feat. Yeah.
Okay, I just want
It's
to
very
double.
cinematic, though.
Yeah, the important
Mhm,
thing is to have a cool description. You're at amazing. Do you want to spend karma on that?
Yes, please.
Okay. Done.
Oh,
Good thing. Yep.
Okay, what do we need to bring that up to a green? In a way, it's good. It means you didn't accidentally get a kill result.
Yeah, I just want to, like, poke him in the armor leg.
So it needs to be a
Nothing
20. Well,
fatal.
10 points will do it.
Yep.
10 points will do it. So already there.
All right. So a green, and then how much damage?
That is incredible edge damage.
All right. You perforate him through his right shoulder and out the other side.
Oh,
So you have him pinned for sure.
That's going to be really hard to pull a bowstring with. You know,
It
that's
is.
just that's going to screw up his form real bad.
very painful, but not lethal.
That is correct.
All right, Tank.
Unless he bleeds out, which isn't a thing, really. Thankfully.
So I just want to kind of dig my fingers into the rock here
Yep.
and just sort of do a flip away from the boat, obviously.
Sure. All right, go ahead and roll strength.
I will declare karma on this because it would be very embarrassing to not make this cool roll, and it's a good thing too. I need
I think 11.
again, 20. I need a 26 on the amazing column, and I rolled so I rolled 25. So
Yeah.
basically, I missed it by 1. So I'll just
Missed it
spend the
by
10.
Missed it by that much.
All right, so you grab hold of the giant boulder there and then flip it. Both of
Yeah.
these bandits that are on top of it are going to roll agility. See if they are able to get off. One of them succeeds. The other one, unfortunately, does not.
My hope was that would impress the other ones enough that they may consider we are not a bunch of touristas who have, you know, easy pickings.
I was 100% convinced the boat was going to capsize.
Well, you know, it's comic book physics. It's how come, you know, the Hulk can, you know, pick up a car by one fender and throw
Oh.
it without it just falling apart, you know?
Absolutely. The only question is it a comedy issue?
Oh, yes, that is also true.
Well, it depends. If it's a She-Hulk story,
Right.
Yeah.
Then that boat's going in.
it's going in.
If it's a
Everybody's getting wet.
if it's a She-Hulk story, comic book physics apply until a bystander comments on it.
Yeah,
And then
that's
suddenly real world physics apply.
All right, so you grab hold of the boulder, lift it up, and then flip it. It rolls over on top of the bandit up top here, who gets his legs caught underneath it, and he is out and down for the count. The other one that was on top, he leapt off of it and into the river, so he's in the water next to the boat. The other one here rolled out of the way as well, and it ended up in the drink behind the boat as well. And now we come to the bandits. So those three guys have already gone. The bandit right back behind the boat right here is going to take a shot, and he's aiming at... he's going to aim at Bombshell.
Nah. I was going to say, she's making quite a spectacle of herself, so...
Got an 11 to hit, which does not.
Nope.
The one behind her takes a shot at Priest. Got a 15, which does not hit. Bandit here takes a shot at Will. Got a yellow to hit on that one.
Of course. But he has
Okay.
a shield up.
Yep. And how what is your shield at?
40.
40. Okay. So the arrow sinks into the darkness, and your darkness just eats it.
Just devours it.
Yep.
That's not terrifying. I'm
The
gonna go punch him, see if it eats my face.
The bandit that has been impaled by Spartan is going to try to
Aerated.
kick her off of him. Got a white. That also does not succeed.
Yeah.
No.
The bandit at the front takes aim at Mr. Arcane. Got a 56. That would hit, but his shield is...
It's either 20 or 30, I forget
at
which.
20. So his shield deflects it. Bandit over here takes a shot at Tank.
I've got to give the bandits credit, though, for the people who they choose to actually hit, because, like, it's Will and Mr. Arcane, who are the squishiest people in the group.
I think at this point now they've taken a shot at just about everybody.
Right,
Tank
but they only hit Will
hit
and
the ones.
Will and
Okay,
Arcane.
yeah.
They haven't tried to shoot Tank for some reason. I don't know. I can't imagine why.
It's a mystery.
That's who this guy just tried to shoot. He got a green to hit.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear.
But of course, Tank is able to deflect that with his armor. And the last guy goes as well. Got a white to shoot Mr. Arcane, who's up in front, and misses. Fazim hits the dirt. Or at least hits the planks.
Yep.
Priest.
It's almost
It's your
like
turn.
his business model is about being alive.
I will roll for multiple attacks. That's the fighting stat, right?
Yep.
So,
I didn't change the
and
music.
I'll spend karma on it.
All right. What'd you
And
get?
I got a 60. Let's see, to push that up to a yellow. Oh, it would only be one, so yeah, I just spend my 10. Okay. All right. So that should be 3. His he's putting one of his cannons off of auto so that he can manually use it. And he will take shots at these 3 that are kind of up here, like 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot.
Okay.
So let's see, and with that, it'll be amazing for those. So misses the first, probably hits the second,
Okay.
misses the third. He does have one more shot from his cannon. He'll hit that farthest. He'll try that farthest one away again. So,
Okay.
and so these 2 right here, he each hit 1 time apiece. He's not trying to kill them. It's 40 points if it goes through the armor.
All right. All right, so you hit both of these guys that are up on top of the rock ahead. The one guy that's furthest away emits a Wilhelm scream as he travels off into the river. The other one is knocked off of his perch and onto the desert sand below. And then we come back to Mr. Arcane. Mr. Arcane is going to...
Do we continue on our course, by the way?
Yeah, as soon as it comes back to Will's turn, yeah.
Okay.
If that's what he wants to do, yes. I think Mr. Arcane, he sees that really, for the most part, it seems like everybody's fairly protected with their own armors and whatnot. He, I think, has the wherewithal to know that you guys are continuing along your path. So he is going to send out a band of Sitarak to ensnare Spartan and kind of pull her along, maybe even actually whipping her forward to attack the one bandit maybe that didn't get hit. So
Yeah.
we're going to roll for that.
Oh, so nobody yells at him when he flings people in other rooms. I see how it is.
And as the GM, I'm calling karma for him, so we can get that to agree.
I mean, that's in character.
Yeah. So, Spartan, you've been snagged and now are being whipped towards this bandit over here.
Okay.
Will, it now goes to your turn.
Let's progress the boat.
All right.
I seem to have run over a bandit.
I wish I could move the boat and you guys at the same time, but I can't. There we go. Oh, I forgot. Buzzine.
Technically, I think Shelly is actually still flying up
Oh,
here.
you're flying? Okay.
Yeah. She was presenting a target and being all majestic and stuff.
Okay.
To which the bandits said, meh, saw it on Tuesday.
All right, Bombshell, then it's you.
Okay. Just got that under control. That's under control. Okay. So I think what Shelly would like to do is she will throw a what do we call it? Thunderclap back here.
All right.
I don't know if she can get. It seems like she should be able to get all of these. All these folks here with it, and that's one area AOE. Excellent damage. Roll on agility to hit. She is not trying to kill anybody, but just to keep them from shooting more arrows at them. She doesn't want their guide to get shot or, you know, anybody to get a lucky shot and not actually hurt somebody.
All right.
Oops, I forgot to call karma. Never
Oops.
mind.
All right, well, you send a clap of thunder over top of him.
Yeah.
The warning shot.
Spartan.
I'm going to yell like a banshee and array the band in front of me.
All right.
These bandits have the highest blood oxygen content
Okay.
of any group in the desert.
Do you want to spend karma?
Yes, please.
Okay, amazing. Roll on the amazing column then.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think she might have aerated them too hard.
Has that extra momentum.
It would kind of make sense. The bandit yoinks her and she just puts the spear down and goes with it.
All right, so you hit him, and the momentum carries the both of you towards the rock over here, which he hits. And you continue on up and over, kind of doing a little parkour little trick to get you up over top, pulling the spear out of him as you go, and he slumps down and gets hung up in the tree below.
I just say to no one in particular, you know, I had this weird cousin that liked to collect butterflies, just pinned them right to the, book.
Oh, and Shelly would have flown
Continued
along
on.
with them
Okay,
on
yeah.
her move.
It should be fine. All right, Tank.
Let's see. We don't seem to have. Oh, is this bandit actually in the boat?
He's under the boat.
Oh.
I ran him over a little bit.
He's getting keel hauled.
We seem to be making good progress past them, and the ones that are left are probably, if they're smart, are going to run. So I'm just kind of yelling for Spartan to, do one of those cool flips and get back in the boat.
Yeah, and
I
I think with the acrobatics, she can certainly do that.
I will basically be otherwise holding an action. If someone gets within, tanking range, I will smack him.
You will tank them.
Yes.
All right, well, the bandit that is left on the shore over here takes one more shot at Bombshell since she is flying by. Got a 94 to hit.
Oh, hit.
And that does good damage.
Where did it hit?
Where do they hit?
Yeah, where did it hit? Did it hit me in the jacket, or did he get me someplace fleshy?
I thought you said you weren't wearing the jacket.
Matt,
he said he put it on.
Oh, you did put it on?
Yeah,
Okay.
she put it on before that's why it was her whole turn. She
I
got her
gotcha.
jacket
Okay.
out, put it on,
I
and went up
didn't
in
hear
the
that.
air.
Okay, yeah, so hit you in the jacket, and it does
Okay.
not do any damage.
She just turns and looks at him.
Priest.
Really?
Well, just to impress upon them that they should not follow, I'm going to try shooting at these guys right here. 2 at one, 2 at the other. Not trying to kill them.
Gotcha. That's a hit on both.
Okay. If that takes them out sufficiently, then I won't worry about rolling the other 2. Wait, actually, no. There's chances that I could. Yeah. I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You hit the guy on the bank here, throwing him back with the 2 shots. The one in the water, you hit him as well, and he sinks. Now, more than likely, well, you said you weren't trying to kill them, so
Right.
he has just enough energy to kind of pull him to the shallow edge right here before he passes out.
Whew, good.
And I think that takes us to the end of the round, back to Mr. Arcane. Since Spartan is safely back in the boat, he goes to the back. And as you guys are continuing on, he's going to take a shot at one of the bandits with an Eldritch Blast. And got a green to hit, which will effectively take him out. Will, pushing it on forward.
Yep, moving about.
All right. So you guys continue on down the Tigris at full speed and leave the bandits behind. They are far enough at this point, and definitely fewer of them up to give you trouble. And they're out of range with the bows and arrows, and you successfully have gotten through this patch of the Tigris. Fazim gets up, looks around, and begins to applaud. And he says, "Well, you have certainly proved your mettle. It is very impressive, very impressive."
Shelly lands back on the deck, hands him an arrow. Here, souvenir.
Ah. And he places it back in a quiver of his own. He says, "This will be a very special arrow for a very special enemy. I thank you." And you guys continue along the Tigris, heading in the direction that you were heading in the first place, and fortunately meet with no other attacks along the way. It takes about another 2.5 hours or so to get to where Fazim is leading you, and you come up upon kind of a larger spread of the river that kind of opens up into kind of like a beach-like area where Fazim directs you to anchor the boat. He hops out of the boat onto the sands, and he says, "There, just at the top of the dunes. That will take you to a rock formation overlooking an oasis. Within this oasis, you will find an ancient tomb sticking out of the sand. This is where you will find the Desert Storm, if they are there."
Well, thank you.
And I think you, and especially Mr. Franklin.
Well, I hope you and the Benjamins have a lovely night.
The entire family reunion.
So you guys go in the direction that he was pointing. And
Can I have
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can I have Dad scout ahead for us?
Yeah, you sure can.
Just want to make sure there's no like artillery pointed right at the crest when we get there.
Sure. I'm gonna pull you to this scene. So Bob flies over the ridge, and you see the rock formation that Fazim was talking about. It's kind of horseshoe shaped, and nestled within this rock formation, you see just a small kind of pool of water that's almost kind of in the shape of like a 3 almost.
Okay.
And within that little pool of water stands what looks almost kind of like a pyramid-like structure that has been just beaten down with centuries worth of wear and tear. You know, the weather and rain, when it does appear out here in the desert, has eaten away at this once glorious structure. Atop this particular structure, you see a strange looking statue that kind of looms over the top. And it's kind of hard to describe, but it seems to be almost like a large, like almost bat-winged creature that has a head that is in the shape of an octopus.
She's describing the statue so that Will can hear, and Mr. Arcane, but mostly Will, since it's got tentacles.
And perched along this structure, there are 5 individuals that are keeping watch. One is a female dressed in green, showing a little bit more skin than what the ladies of the area back in Baghdad were showing, but is still wearing one of the traditional headscarves that masks her appearance. On the opposite side, you see a really strange-looking creature that has a mane of long blonde hair, and his flesh is tinted at the top red that transitions to an orange as it travels down his body to a yellow at his feet.
Okay, maybe some sort of fire thing going on there.
At this corner, right in here, you see...
Did you transition us to a different map?
I thought I brought you over, did I not?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me try
No
again
worries.
here.
Just want to make sure that I was seeing what you wanted me to see.
There we
Okay,
go.
that's very different.
There we
All
go.
right.
So right here, that's the female that I was talking about.
Okay.
I'm still on the old one.
Yeah, I just
'cause I'm scouting.
pulled him since he's
Oh,
scouting.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bobby.
Over here is the one that I just described and
Gotcha.
had the red to yellow transition.
Kind of demon-y looking.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. And then this guy right here is in kind of a traditional Arabic garb with a full like turban and face mask that covers his face, dressed almost entirely in black and holds a black scimitar.
Okay.
Next to him is this gentleman right here that has kind of a helmet on that has like a yellow visor that covers his face. He's dressed completely in orange. And then right in this area right here is another gentleman dressed in kind of traditional Arabic, but almost like a Arabic prince in more of like reds and purples and silver.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it looks like they're all guarding this weird temple that's got that creepy statue I was telling you about, Will. So they're out there ready basically when we show up. I don't know if they're gonna be aggressive right off the bat, but it's entirely possible. So
How much open land do we have to cross to get from the top of this ridge to where
that
they
looks like about half a football field.
50 yards? I don't love that.
Actually, a little less. It's like a third. About 50 feet.
That's once you get to basically kind of the base of the ridge.
Oh yeah, that's after we get over the ridge. Yeah.
So I mean,
it's a little bit of an open field for sure, but
That's not a problem. What we can do if we need to, if we're really concerned about them seeing us coming or taking shots at us, is let me take a look at your brain to see what it looks like, and we can show up right behind them.
Sure.
So I'm gonna try to use telepathy to get a lay of the land from Bombshell, and then we're gonna open up a gate and see if we can't surprise them.
all right.
I
So
think we could show up like right here. That would probably be, or back here.
Yeah.
That would be.
the area that you see, and everybody should see the map at this point, I think.
Oh yeah.
it looks as though they are kind of guarding this area right over in
Mhm.
here, and this area here and here. So their
Right.
attention is drawn to these three areas. The
So-
safest bet would be to probably appear somewhere in shadow back in here,
Right.
or if you want to get like right on the pyramid itself, would put you like right back in here.
Right. So they're definitely not all clumped up in any way to kind of grab them, which is clever on their part.
Should probably leave the guy with the black scimitar to me.
If we want to approach from that dark area, I might could help and lower the visibility for them so that they would be even less likely to see us.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I would say if we were just trying to get in, you could even just phase us right through the wall, but I think we got to talk to him.
Quick question. Before I start picking up giant rocks and hurling them, are we going to fight these guys, or are we going to redo what we did like in Zemo's castle and just kind of sneak past them? Maybe it wasn't Zemo. It was some castle we snuck into. I remember that.
I feel like we don't want to leave these guys behind us.
Yeah, that's definitely a good idea.
Yeah, but we do need to talk to them because they're the ones who...
I mean, we need to talk to one of them.
I mean, hopefully the right one.
Okay, so leave one conscious. That's what I'm getting here.
No, not even that. We can deal with them if they're unconscious.
Okay.
Just not overly aerated.
How much aeration is overly? You know what? Never mind. Don't worry about it.
All right, so where do you guys want to appear?
So I think the plan to show up like right here. Is that right, guys?
Does your portal make a sound?
Nope.
Then that's probably fine. They're probably not looking that direction. Or if you want to be super safe, back here.
Yeah, let's put it around the backside.
Okay. Whee!
Bobby's just like circling around.
All right, so will you teleport everybody to the backside of the pyramid, and you're certainly hidden from view from anybody that would be able to see you. What's the plan now that you're there?
Is the plan get him?
I think the plan's get him. Get him is a solid plan.
It's a time-honored plan. That's for sure.
It really is.
Tank on then.
All right, so
Sure
I would
that
go ahead
the
and roll
cannon's up.
initiative then.
Yeah, let's do the initiative thing. Shelly has the blade out. Never mind. Shelly got it stuck.
Shelly's taking a moment. What is Horus the god of? Wait a minute.
And how does he feel about aeration? Like, as a rule?
I don't think they had invented it at that point, so maybe.
It's a loophole.
Priest, you're +2 or 3?
+3.
Okay. Let's see, Mr. Arcane. It's +3.
She might also be shaking off the heebie-jeebies from going through the Dark Forest dimension. Entirely possible.
Fiend, you're a +1.
+1.
All right, I think I got everybody. Let's see, Bombshell. Oh, you rolled 1, didn't you?
Yeah.
Alright.
Like I said, I think she's shaking off the heebie-jeebies from the Dark Forest dimension.
All right, so looks like Priest is up first.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I will roll for multiple actions, but do I need to resolve the um, what's it called? The precognition thing that I can do if I'm the first one in the round.
Yep.
Should I do that after rolling the multiple actions?
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. All right. I'll spend karma on it, and I will bring it up to a yellow. In a second, and I will see how much that is. All right, there you are.
Now, remind me how we did this before.
Basically, you I know what actions all of the opponents are going to do, and they're committed to those actions in the upcoming round.
Okay. So here's what I need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, who are you going after?
Give me 1 second if you don't mind, because I want to calculate this correctly when I go to. Okay, cool. From my current vantage, I imagine that I would be. I mean, I suppose that in all honesty, if a person had precognitive abilities, they would probably not actually decide who they were going on until they actually knew what the other people were going to do, just to be fair. But based off of positioning without the precognitive ability being thought of in mind, coming around and going for Veil seems like it would be the first thing to do.
Okay. And then I'm going to ask the same question of everybody, because since you guys are sneaking up on them, I mean, I needed to kind of know what your actions are going to be so that I know what theirs are. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So I would say then, Spartan, who do you think you would be going after?
See what this name is here.
So you've got Veil, which is the female, Amanidi, which is the demon-like creature, Black Razor over here.
Demon-like creature.
The demon-like creature? Okay.
Yeah.
And then, let's see here, Mr. Arcane is going to go after the Arabian Knight.
After he puts his shield up.
After he puts
Smack.
the shield up. Fiend.
I will go after this guy.
Sirocco. Okay.
Yep.
And Tank.
I think I'll go after Black Razor.
Okay. And Bombshell, you were calling Black Razor too, right?
Yeah, I have a bad feeling about that sword.
Okay.
And
Tank does not have sufficient genre awareness to suspect the sword is probably magical and will probably slice right through his armor.
I was gonna say I call it. It's either genre awareness or too much D&D.
Okay, so with that in mind, I'm gonna say, if you are going to go for Veil, that's fine, but if you also want to hold your action after everybody else is gone, which with this precognitive ability maybe you might want to, that will kind of determine how things will probably fall.
Yeah, I'll just say that he holds his action.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So if Spartan then goes after, you said the demon creature, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm assuming you're trying to go stealthy so that you don't alert anybody to your presence, correct?
Reasonably, I would probably go over here and then hide behind the wall. And then do a little style
parkour action to get up there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see Priest, you see Spartan attack Amanidi. She kind of gets the drop on him.
I'm call karma.
And I'm going to kind of go through all the actions here since he's doing a precognitive thing. I just kind of wanted to know kind of what everybody was planning on. Amanidi, I'm going to make a intuition roll for him first. Got a green. Do me a favor, Spartan, and make an agility roll for me.
Okay, Ian, what is that under?
Agility is remarkable, but you also have the tumbling skill, which is incredible.
Yeah, you can roll that. Okay, so green to green. So Amanidi is at the last moment alerted to her presence, and he turns and immediately transforms into what looks to be like a whirlwind of sand, which begins to emit little cuts in Spartan's body. Mr. Arcane flies up to the top of the statue and attempts to bind the Arabian Knight and captures him within the Crimson Bands of Sidorak. Will, you said you were heading for Sirocco, right?
Yes. So
Sirocco would have seen the bands appear around the Arabian Night. His attention is drawn up to Mr. Arcane.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes an attack as you are coming around to do whatever it is that you're doing to him. Tank was going after the Black Razor. I'm assuming probably some sort of charging attack.
Yeah, I mean, if I can do that, it looks like I have a flat surface to go along here. I'll have to just kind of, say, pardon me, excuse me, to the fiend as I rush past him.
Okay. And Tank runs through the Black Razor, who takes his sword and slices at Tank, who is reduced in size by about a foot.
Oh, no.
When you say through, do you mean like I passed through
Yeah.
him like he's missed?
Passed through him like he's missed.
And did no damage.
Correct.
Well, poop.
Vale sees that happen, and she turns in, or basically emits like this green fog around her. And the Arabian Knight is trapped within the Crimson Bands, and he sends what looks to be the sash that he's wearing around his waist. It loosens itself from his body, stretches up to Mr. Arcane, and ensnares him. So that's your premonition for this round.
Okay. May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Well, if I just roll for extra actions and I take no action this round, can I just relay all of what I had for the premonition to everyone else so it informs their decisions when they actually proceed into combat?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, I moved myself before I should have. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's fine.
Okay.
No problem. Yeah, if you want to move back, you can, or if you want to continue what you were planning, that's no problem there either.
Sure.
So this now would take us in initiative order to Spartan for the first action.
I was using karma on that, so.
Okay, I did the little jump thing. I'm going to use the shaft of the spear to whack him on the head.
Okay.
And it's called karma. And Ian, what do I roll on that?
If you're going to be using your spear, I have to keep looking this up every time. I keep forgetting to add in your martial arts, or was that already worked in with the equipment when you said it was amazing on the
Yeah, no,
Martial art.
that's worked into it. Yeah.
Okay, if it's melee, it's incredible. And you said you were calling karma?
Oh, I rolled amazing. Let me re-roll incredible.
Okay, well, you did call karma, so...
Well, let's do it under the 38 since that's what she rolled first. We'll just
Okay.
bump it down a column shift there. So a 38
It's still a green.
is a green, so you can
Yep.
get it to a yellow.
Okay. Let me just do some math here. So 38, and to get it to a yellow would be a 51, so... Okay, you got plenty of karma, so that's 58. Okay. I've done the math, it's now a yellow.
All right. Now, he had rolled already, or I rolled for him to see if he could sense her coming. He did sense that. So he immediately shifts into that form of that spinning kind of typhoon of sand. So you almost make contact, and then he turns into sand and begins to spin. Now, he's not attacking you just yet because it's not his turn. But you don't do any damage to him. Mr. Arcane. He's still going to go up to the top here.
Should I move myself to be past Black Razor since I ran through him?
Oh, well, you haven't done that yet. Remember, that was
this
part
is
of the
all-
premonition.
All premonition,
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
So
yeah, and
if
you
you-
know about it, so you can
Yeah.
choose to change.
If you want to
that.
change your action, you can. And that's exactly what Mr. Arcane is doing. His move is the same. He still goes to the top of the statue. But instead of now of attacking the Arabian Knight, he is going to cast a spell on Amanidi. And he is going to attempt to try to reverse the motion of the sand in an attempt to kind of bring him back to physical form. And calling karma.
Cool.
Got a yellow, so he's going to bump that up to a red. And you see the sands now begin to swirl backwards, and it pulls Amanidi back to his tangible form.
Nice.
Okay.
The Fiend, it's your turn.
Okay. So we're gonna go to here. And then we're going to try to use TK on this dude and yeet him into the water.
Okay.
From way up high. I will spend karma. I said I will spend. Come on, behave yourself. There we go.
Okay. 53.
I'll move that up. I'll move that up to a yellow. How much do I owe?
On the Incredible, you got to get it to a 31. Oh, no, sorry. To get to yellow, sorry.
It's okay.
61.
61.
So 10 will do it.
So I owe 10.
All right, and how much damage would that do? Is that remarkable?
That is incredible.
Okay. All right, so you yeet him into the water, and he goes kersploosh.
Mhm.
And it actually goes to him now. And actually, he may not go kersploosh. Let's see.
But I wanted him to go kersploosh.
All right, so you send him in that direction, and then all of a sudden, winds begin to pick up, and you can almost see kind of like a water spout come up out of the water that basically lifts him up into the air up to your level at this point. Well, maybe you do. No, he got a 17. So he goes kersploosh. Sorry. That's what he wanted
Darn
to
it.
do. But you
So
do
he
see
I
the
was all
water
about
spout.
that.
He starts up a water spout, but Will dunks him.
Yeah. All right, Tank.
Okay, having learned that running through Black Razor is a bad idea, I figure that, the Arabian Night got wait a second, okay, there's Shirako. Okay. I am going to kind of take a little hint from King Kong, which I probably saw as a kid. I'm going to try to get myself up to the top of the thing here, grab a big old hunk of rock, and with my pathetic dexterity hurl it at Shirako.
Okay.
I don't know if any of my martial arts help with throwing things.
Nope.
Well, then I'm definitely spending karma on this one, because if it's pure agility, I only have typical. But I should be able to do strength damage if it hits.
Yes.
Ooh. Unfortunately, I think... So typical, that was a 72. Wow. I
Spend
spend
your 10. That'll get you up to a
10
yellow.
points on that, and I get a yellow. Excellent.
And then your strength is amazing, correct?
Yes, it is.
And with the strength of the rock, I'll give you a +1 column shift on the damage, so that would take it up to monstrous, right?
And as I predicted several games ago, this is not the first ancient irreplaceable, archaeological relic I've destroyed, and it won't be the last.
Well done. Also,
Alright.
that statue was hella ugly.
All right, so you rush up to the top of the pyramid, grabbing a chunk of rock, fling it in Siroko's direction. Just as he is coming up out of the water, catch him on the side of the face, and it breaks that visor, that yellow visor, cracks it open, and half of it is gone. And it sends him back down into the drink.
Gotta feel bad for him. That's a rough way to start a fight.
Vale, I'm going to make an intuition roll for her. She got a white. She was not looking at Sirocco when he disappeared, so she is still oblivious to the fact that you guys are there. Amenidi, now it's his turn. Now he realizes that he's back in his regular form. He sees Spartan right next to him, and he is going to basically attempt like a punching shove to get her off of that pedestal that she's on. Got a 58 to hit. It does not succeed in knocking you off, and it does 10 points of damage, which I think is probably soaked by your body armor. Yep. The Arabian Knight had his back to what was going on, so we're going to roll at a -1 column shift for him. He got a 60, so he does know that something is afoot. He turns, looks in the direction where Sirocco was, sees that he is gone.
Oh
My god. And explodes. No, he moves over in that direction, sees Sirocco is not there. He motions to the Black Razor to look around, and it comes to Bombshell.
Bombshell would like to roll for multiple actions this time.
Okay.
And that's on base base fighting or martial arts B count.
No, base fighting.
Base fighting. Okay. Spending karma.
All right.
Good thing, too.
Got to get it to a 36.
All right. We'll spend the 10.
And that would get you one extra action.
182. So 172. Okay. So 2 actions. She will fly over here. That's not her. She goes wide. Right there, I think. Yeah. Lines them up and shoots them both with some lightning. Ooh. That will be agility. Karma again. So 47 at remarkable is just barely green. I'm not gonna bother taking that all the way to a yellow. That's too much. So 10.
And then how much damage does that do?
That's 50.
Okay.
It's amazing. Effect on target. Does it do anything? It looks like it did something. At least to one of them.
So you hit him with the chain lightning. It hits Black Razor, arcs over to the Arabian Knight, and shocks both of them.
Okay, that looked like it worked pretty well.
And then you have another action, right?
Yeah, and I think honestly, she seeing that it worked, and then based on the weird premonition thing that Priest was talking about, she's just gonna double up on that.
Okay.
And Karma again, because she doesn't like people cutting her buddy down to size. Okay. I think the 10 Karma on that would take it up to 70.
Okay.
Which would be yellow. Yeah, so that would work.
Wow. All right. All right. Arabian Knight
She's not
is
trying
down.
to kill people, I mean, obviously, but she doesn't know what the hell she's dealing with.
And then it comes back to Priest.
Oh. I will. It's kind of hard for me to tell from the map. Would he be able to charge Veil? Seems like that might be an uphill run.
Yeah, it's definitely an uphill run. Now, if you went up the pyramid to about this point, you could jump down on her. Getting up to her would be a little bit more difficult because there would be some climbing involved. But this is of a pitch enough that since Tank was able to run up it, you would be able to do the same.
Okay. Well, what I might do then is just Priest. Oh wait, sorry, I take the measuring tool off. I'll just move him up here because that kind of centralizes him. He theoretically should be able to fire at anybody.
Except Sirocco, he's out of your sight from where you are there.
Gotcha. And
Amanidi too. So just the ones on this side. So Black Razor and Veil are the only two that are up on that side.
Okay, that'll work. I think he'll start by concentrating on Veil, just because he saw her turn into that fog previously in the premonition.
Mm-hmm.
He'll have one of his cannons on automatic so he can shoot with it. So we'll make a first shot at her. And that missed.
Okay. She definitely knows you're there now.
Hello? Knock, knock.
We'll say that for his next shot, he'll try shooting at Black Razor. And I'll spend Karma on this one. Does 10 get it up to a red?
Let's see. On the amazing, you got to get it to a 91, it looks like.
I think I'll just keep it at the yellow then.
Okay.
So that would be 40 towards Black Razor, not trying to kill him.
Okay. God dang. You guys sneaking up on him. I wasn't planning on this.
And I'll hold my cannon.
Okay.
My cannon's my last action.
All right. With that, Black Razor goes down. Spartan, it comes back to you.
Okay, I'm going to try to whack arm guy.
Arm guy. I like it.
Amanibi.
And it's a green.
All right. Pointy end.
No, just wouldn't stop. I'm gonna knock him unconscious.
Okay.
So that would still probably be incredible damage, just blunt instead of pointy.
And no karma there.
No,
Okay.
I didn't call it that. Didn't think of it.
All right. So you whack him upside the head, but you hit him more in the neck. So it doesn't knock him out, but definitely did some damage there for sure.
Good.
Yeah. You don't get to butterfly every villain we fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Arcane is going to try a different spell here. And he, knowing that there's like a green mist that surrounds Vale, he's going to try to just put her to sleep so that she can't do that. Now we got a yellow.
Nice.
She's going to roll Psyche. Calling Karma. She gets it up to a yellow. And is able to stave off the sleepiness.
Okay.
Will.
Okay. Let's see where we are. So Black Razor and Arabian Knight are both down. Let's see if we can have Vale go swimming.
All right.
We're going to see if we can't yeet her on top of Sirocco and dunk them both. And I'll spend karma because I kind of think this would be funny.
Ooh. All right. So with 105, you send her flying.
Sploosh.
Is that 30 points damage?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, 40.
40?
It's incredible. Yep.
Can I use the rest of my action to move over into where I can shoot at them and shoot down at Vale now?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you want to shoot her now?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get that out of the way.
Did I manage to bonk Sirocco with her or no?
Yes.
Okay. Come on.
So much victory, so much winning.
So, karma. Yep, good.
Good call.
And that is 40 towards Vale. Not trying to kill her.
All right. That will be enough there. She is down for the count. Sirocco still has a little fight left in him.
See how dedicated he is to his teammate, who's now unconscious in the water, though.
He takes flight, and there's kind of like a little whirlwind that goes around him. And he is going to take... He's going to take a force blast to the top of the statue up there. Because he can. 7. And overshoots it just a little bit. You guys feel, those of you that are up top here, feel a very forceful wind blow just above your heads.
He's really upset about getting dunked, is what it is.
I think so, yeah. All right, Tank, comes to you.
Okay, let's see here. Well, it looks like my best chance right now is to try to, I don't want to, I think I can use the velocity of sliding down the slope and just smash right into Aminjetti here.
Yeah, all right.
Or Aminetti. So that's a charging attack. I will be spending karma.
Hey, at least you didn't frog splash him.
Good point.
I mean, he should really be grateful.
So since it's a charge, I roll endurance.
Yep.
Okay, my endurance is incredible, but I'm going to add the damage later. So I'm going to spend karma on this, which is good, because otherwise I would have shot right by him and into the water, which would have been hilarious, but nonetheless. So
I come in like I didn't even do that one.
incredible. 31,
Not it.
19 to 12 points of karma is what I need to bring it up to a green.
All right. So here's the bad news. He has an evade of a -2 column shift.
Oh dear.
He sidesteps and you go right into the water.
Oh, for
Hey,
Best laid
somebody's
plans of
got to
mice
get
and
wet.
men. Oh no, he'll rust. No, get him out.
Veil is out.
not sure how deep this is,
That-
but I may need to turn back to human form just to avoid, sinking straight to the bottom.
Let's say drowning.
It's,
Yeah.
it's not too deep.
Probably walk out.
'Cause
It's an oasis after all.
Like a Men in Tights scene with Little John.
Amanidi now decides to turn into the sandstorm once again and attacks Spartan this time, getting a 41. And this does amazing edged damage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
ugh.
Ow.
So
He does have some protection
yeah,
there.
so that soaks 10 of it, so she'll take 40
Ooh.
from 1,000 cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
Bombshell.
Shelly has seen that she was effective. She will fly over here. Kind of like around the side. And she sees that Spartan is being
Consumed
So,
by
yeah,
by a
let me
sand demon.
ask you about this.
Uh-huh.
He's a whirlwind
Yep.
and he's attacking her. Does that mean he's kind of like over her, around her?
Yeah. Yeah.
So even Shelly could probably understand that lightning is not a great idea right here.
Probably so, yeah.
Probably. All right. We're gonna give her the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, if you want to make me roll,
No, I think
I'll roll. But I think it's pretty obvious.
since she lit Spartan up a couple of sessions ago, I think she probably is a little more.
Yeah, she's a
trepidatious
little
about
leery
that.
of
And the bullet's not in
whole-
her brain anymore.
exactly. Well, she instead will swoop over here, grab a hold of Tank by one of his, tanky protruding metal bits.
Oh dear.
Not
That's
that one.
not a gun, anyway. Sorry.
And lift him up to here. She has
Alright.
remarkable strength. I don't imagine he weighs more than a ton.
Yeah, I think that's probably good.
Grab Tank by the protruding metal button. He's like, "It's cold in the water, okay?"
Yeah.
Significant. I mean, if he detanked, that would be significant shrinkage.
All right, it comes back to Priest.
Am I able to get Tank up there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Tank, go ahead and move yourself up.
Those for a first thing, I'll go ahead and take a pop shot at Sirico, just
Okay.
to try and get him out of the.
Oh, yeah, he still has a few little pixels there.
Yep.
Oh,
I'll use Karma.
Ooh,
well,
all right.
Ah,
That'll
not trying
do.
to kill him, of course.
yeah, apparently all of your karma.
And I'll hold my actions.
All right. Spartan.
The armor guy is now whirlwind, right?
Yes, yeah.
So I have nothing that'll
Yeah.
help with that.
If I were you, I'd go swimming.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in the water. The little acrobatic flip.
Alrighty, make an
sorry.
agility roll there.
Both of us tried moving her icon at the same time, and I think it got confused. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead and make an agility roll to dive into the water.
What is it?
With your tumbling skill, incredible.
And maybe, I don't know, maybe I'd call karma on that one. Oh, no.
Nope, no need to.
Situation under control.
I mean,
and
you could call karma, but
I mean, yeah, exactly. She don't need it.
somewhere off in the distance, a guy riding by on a camel holds up a sign that has a 10 on it. As she does a
Nice.
perfect dive with almost no splash. Mr. Arcane is going to take this opportunity to try to do what he did before and reverse the whirlwind that is Amaniti. And with karma, he's going to get that up to a red once again. Pulls him back to his true form. And you hear the demon whirlwind curse in Arabic. Fiend.
okay. I am going to try to power stunt a mind blast out of telepathy.
Okay.
Okay.
Basically, Will's going to try to make mind-to-mind contact with Amaniti, and then he is going to just shove some dark force down the connection.
Wow, nice.
So obviously, spending karma.
That sounds trauma-inducing.
It does. I thought it sounded kind of cool, honestly.
I mean, in a very terrifying, evil, dark way, yes.
I beg your pardon. Let's see. So
Fortunately,
actually,
I
would
can't
this
see what you're doing.
would this be stunting off of telepathy or dark force?
I would say the telepathy.
But my dark force score is better. Okay. Okay, come on. No whammies. No,
Ooh.
nothing.
That
All right.
was in fact a whammy.
That was in fact a whammy.
All right, you got to spend at least 10 and the 100.
Yup.
Power stunts, man.
That was expensive.
Yep. I have one I've been trying to pull off for a while.
All right, tank.
Okay. Is Whirlwind guy still whirlwinding?
No, he's solid again.
Good. Then
Much to his regret.
I am going to basically do an overhand, double fisted smash. I want a big sound effect.
All right.
So I'm spending karma. This will be straight up fighting then, which with my martial arts skill is incredible. And I said I was spending karma, which was... Why is it... Okay, it rolled... and apparently thought I must have had
you just
Spartan
had her
selected
selected,
somehow.
yeah.
In any event, the roll is the roll, and it's on the right column, so incredible.
31 is what you need.
So I need 20 points to get it up to a green.
Yep. And 50 points damage?
Yep. 399, 389. Okay.
Alright, so you curse smash, and in Batman 66 style. You see the onomatopoeia appear on the screen as he goes tumbling off the edge of the pyramid. And Amanidi is now down.
We didn't leave anybody up to talk to.
Is there any way we can have it back to one Spartan icon? Because it's driving me nuts. I get nuts about weird things that don't actually matter.
What is it now?
I believe there are two Spartan icons on the
Not
screen.
on my screen.
Okay, then it must just be.
Fine.
Okay, then it was just an accident.
I see 2 Spartan icons.
Oh, you do?
Oh, okay.
Yes. There's one right here,
Yeah.
and there's one
Yeah.
right here. Oh, no, wait, that's Bombshell.
No,
Never
that's
mind.
Bombshell.
No. Okay, see, I see one here and one here.
Oh,
Nope,
weird.
Yeah, no.
I only
Okay.
I only see the one here.
So I'm moving the one. That's the only one I can see.
That's the only one I see as well.
Okay,
That
'cause the
must
other-
have been a glitch when you guys were trying to move her at the same time.
Huh, okay.
Shelly goes down and scoops these guys out of the water before they drown. Lots of them up here.
Who seemed like they were in charge?
Well, hard to tell. You didn't get to
I was about to
actually.
We didn't really get a chance to.
So, I guess use telepathy and see if we can pry into somebody's brain. Let's go with Arabian Night. That sounds like an in charge kind of person.
And he was the one who kind of gave a nod of order to somebody to do something.
Honestly, I just picked a name at random because it was the first one I saw.
All right, so you got Arabian Night.
Yep.
And as you're kind of carrying him over to the rest of the group, he begins to kind of come to.
Okay. We'll slap some Dark Force bands around him to make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
And in Arabic, which you can understand because of your little earpieces, he says, "Infidels, you are not welcome here. This is sacred ground, and you are sullying this place."
Well, that's not a great way to start a dialogue.
I mean, we did kind of knock him out.
We'll be on our way and stop sullying just as soon as we get the answers that we need. You guys took something and you gave it to a bad person.
You speak of the battery.
Yes.
You are too late. The ritual has already begun. El Al-Hazared is bringing forth the Dark One. Your time on this planet will be short.
I mean, you do understand that when he shows up, everyone's time on the planet is going to be short, right? Like, he's an equal opportunity calamity.
But we have been promised our place in his new regime.
Oh.
Yeah.
If you
Should I
can't
zap him again?
If you can't trust an evil extra-dimensional lunatic deity, who can you trust?
Your efforts here are for naught. The dweller in darkness shall come.
Well, maybe. But we'd like to be there when he shows up, so where is the temple that you delivered the Baghdad battery to?
You are standing on it.
Oh, perfect. So he's here, right underneath us.
Yes. And I can feel the energies below. It will not be long.
Yeah. Boom,
Go take it.
knock him
Go-
out.
I was about to say, go take a swim.
Hey, Shelly just kind of looks over there. It's like, his head's above water. It'll be all right.
Yeah, he should be fine. Okay. We got to get down there.
Yeah. How do we do a quick swoop? Do I see an entrance anywhere?
Yeah, yeah. It was kind of in that area where most of them were guarding there towards the base of the.
So like here-ish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's head on in.
All right, you guys end up heading down into the tomb through a narrow passageway that opens up. Let me pull you to another map. I just happen to have another map.
Hey, how about
You
that?
just happen to have it. Oh.
And what you see as you are coming down this passageway, there's a green shimmering light that is being emitted from the base. It opens up into a gigantic tomb. And there are mystic green energies that are swirling in this area. I'm going to pull up the map for our viewers here so they can kind of see as well. The tomb itself is beginning to break apart in places, and there is a black void that has opened up in the center of the room. Within the swirling energies, you see a gigantic figure that is beginning to form. It is not fully corporal at this time. You can see through it. And through this figure, in the distance, you see a man dressed in a green scarf and turban, bare-chested, with red pants and a small knife at his side. Will and Mr. Arcane probably recognize this garb as being that of Abdul Al-Hazred. Flanking him on either side of the room are two very strange looking creatures. Up at the top of the room, you see this creature that is... His flesh seems to be made of obsidian. It is as black as night, and his face is that of kind of a gaping skull with red eyes. And he wears a long white cape. This is the demon Despair. On the other side is his sister, Spite, a woman scantily clad in gold armor and long flowing black hair that is the color of night. Abdul Al-Hazred is reciting an incantation as these strange pedestals on either side of you as you enter into this room are sparking with green energy. And off in the distance, back behind Al-Hazred, is what seems to be the Baghdad Battery, also sparking with that same green energy.
Over there?
And I think with this, we'll leave this as the cliffhanger for our next session. Because y'all about to go into a rather lengthy battle, I think.
Yeah, and I got work tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you karma for this session here, so you can spend it next time, because I have a feeling you're probably going to need it. Let me do a little bit of math here and see what we come up with.
17,000.
I like it.
After all, when I run my games, I am famous for giving out a ton of experience points.
Yes. Once a year, at least.
Levels all over the place.
So 320 karma points. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. It was great to see everybody again, and then we'll catch up here in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Alrighty.
All right.
Alrighty. Have a good one.
Okay.
Take care.
I got the numbers backed up, so we're
All right.
good. Thank
Sounds
you.
good. Everybody have a good night.
Alrighty.
Take care.
Bye.
You.
Good to see you.
Bye.